He just smiled, and that was it. And but again, I was never exposed to other cultures or other, again, I worked roofing with a Puerto Rican. So this is kind of where I think my mind kind of expanded a little bit more to what was out there outside of just a small town of London, and doing all this dumb stuff I was doing growing up. And started hanging around with more Hispanics, more Latinos, but more engaged as far as like older people that my dad exposed me to. And I started reading Spanish a little bit more. And what I remind myself during that time is that I just carry a lot of trauma. I carry a lot of, resentment. I carry a lot of anger. And it was just my situation. Of course, there's probably worse situations that a kid can go through, but in my mind, during that time, that was probably the worst, right? And then it led me to doing really, all my rebellious time, my resentment, my anger, towards others. So, there was a book. Again, my dad is always read a lot. I always seen him read a lot, and he always had books around, and but the majority were in Spanish, because again, my dad spoke Spanish. And maybe he never, there was times where he would be reading the Bible, and would tell me, "Hey, Johnny, come over here, and then I'll read you." And he'd read me like some scripture. And do I remember what he read? No, but just the example of him just reading or seeing that he had books around, and I, that kind of led me to pick up books. And one of the books was the Hijos del Caos. It's in Spanish, but there was an experience in there that was so raw. So whoever, I don't even remember the author, but there was a collection of different experiences